to Arthur. Arthur, you want to stand up and tell me when you're ready? So, first of all, I want to thank you. You ready?
I'm ready.
We're live from New York.
Live from New York, it's Mark Jaffe.
It's the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce International Committee meeting. And I want to introduce my board members that are here. I want to honor and recognize my good friend, Arthur Rosenfield, my boss.
Yay!
And he has brought his good friends from the National Realty Club. Arthur, do you want to introduce them briefly? Or should we move on?
Move on.
Okay, so I have a second on that move on.
Oh, that's terrible.
So let me tell you a little bit about our international committee. We run by committee. We have over 30,000 business and civic leaders, and we've been itching to get out. And I know Arthur's getting this on tape. We're actually out live in New York City at the famous Tudor Steakhouse. And you'll see we're so bouncing in and out. But you know the meat yard used to be right over here. The UN is still over here. If you walk out either way, you're going to see the UN. So I think our flyer that said that we're in the shadow of the UN was pretty good. And we actually have 4 of our countries that we trade with here. Our members export $1 billion a week to dozens of countries. Every year we're doing a third of the world, 72 countries that we do the export documentation. We have good friends. I want to thank JamPro, and they're going to come up and speak no matter what they want to say or don't say, because they're really good. So this is a little bit about the Greater New York Chamber coming out, our good friends from the National Realty Club coming out. But if you want to get more involved, you can just call 212-CHAMBER or visit our website, chamber.nyc, because we don't only have an international committee, we have a veterans committee, we have an NWVE committee, we have a finance committee. Ralph Rodriguez is here from our veterans committee. And Ralph, you want to come up and tell them a little bit about what we're doing with our veterans committee?
You're making me work today. Okay, gotcha.
Ralph is amazing. I'll let him tell you all about his veteran stature and the great bank he works for, City National Bank, which is the Greater New York Chambers Bank. They have banks right here in Manhattan and banks all over California. Ralph, you want to tell the rest?
And you know what? I didn't even pay to say that, so that's a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this event. My name is Ralph Rodriguez. I'm a banker at City National Bank. We are a private and commercial bank owned by the Royal Bank of Canada, I think. But more importantly, we're a proud community partner of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. People always ask me, what do I do for a living? I count money all day. Unfortunately, it's not my money, but I count money all day. But the most important thing we do as bankers is to connect people, whether it be local, national, or international. And that's what we're here for. My role at the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce was, at one point just coming in, networking with people, getting to know people, and Mr. Jaffe here likes to task people with different things. And 3 years later, he said, hey, we're starting a New York City chapter of the U.S. Veteran Chamber of Commerce. Before banking, I was in the Marine Corps for 9 years, and you know what? I was all about it. So here I am. Make it very short. We are here to support you. We're here to facilitate business. We're here to make connections with people. That's it.
So what he did mention is our committee is so powerful and so strong, and that's because of the support we get from the veterans community, the armed services community. We're starting an affiliate, the New York Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and I believe our first event is going to be on Veterans Day. We're not going to march in a parade. We're going to do something socially safe, just following our governor's directions, and we're going to do it in our building. And if anybody wants to donate a suit, shoes.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about our Suit Up campaign for veterans. I'm talking to all of you because you all have extra suits. And you want to come up and tell us what you're going to do for Veterans Day?
Oh.
Mr. Suit Up?
I'll let you continue.
So Alan David Suits, we're working with them to try to get more involved in terms of helping veterans. But guys like me, guys like Arthur, and I see our friends from Jamaica. I see everybody here wearing a nice jacket, a nice set of slacks. I see Talat, the investment counselor from Pakistan, worked for the Council General of Pakistan, our good friends, and they're always very big on leather goods, and they're very big on textiles, and they're hardworking, they're industrious. And by the way, Talut, would you like to say this just like our friends from the Veterans Committee, because you're probably better at it than me. You know Pakistan better than I. Just keep it to 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful to the New York Chambers for inviting me for this. We've been in contact since long, and the partners in Pakistan as a major source of destination, a major destination of sourcing for many products, as I've been told by the CEO. We're really good in leather products. We're really good in competitive and textile garments and these products, the carpets, and the food grains, particularly basmati rice. In rice, Pakistan, after India and Thailand, is the third largest sourcing destination for USA. Similarly, as I told, the carpets are good, the leather products are good. If any of the members of the New York Chamber is really interested in these products, we would be definitely there to facilitate. We are in coordination with the Chamber hosting an event, jointly hosting an event on 30th, in which we would be having some businesses from Pakistan and from the members of the Chamber would be interacting over there. And thank you once again for a wonderful event, and especially after COVID, it has been really nice to be here. Thank you.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And you see our friends from Pakistan, there's our friends from Jamaica and everybody, Canada, north of our border. Thank God we're not building a wall up there, huh? But we're here to do more business, and Pakistan's open for business, and I know Jamaica's open for business, and we have our good friends Christopher Benjamin and Shane Angus, and they've after we finish this presentation, if anybody wants to stay for dinner, come over here. We're going to do some shots from Appleton Estates. I know that that we have our Polish Consul General, newly, welcome to New York, is enjoying a rum and coke. How is that rum and coke, sir?
Good stuff.
The rum's even better, okay. So listen, since that was your rum and our coke, and that's what this is all about, bringing people together, I'd like to bring up my good friend, my brethren, my brother, Christopher Benjamin from Jamaica, JAMPRO, the economic organization promoting relationships between our country and theirs.
Well, thank you so much, Mark, for inviting us here this afternoon. As you all know, Jamaica and New York has had a long history, and so trading between the state of New York and the country of Jamaica goes way back. And of course, rum being one of our more famous exports has been coming to the States for a very long time. As I was explaining to the Consul General from Poland, we actually, the oak barrels that we age our rums in is actually exported from the US. It's actually used bourbon casks that are reused. We actually fire them on the inside, which is why you have this dark caramel taste. So even the rum that we are bringing here has some connection with the United States. You see, we go way back, and so this is one of the reasons why we are here in New York, as in JAMPRO, to help foster that ongoing trade. And if you ever want to hear more about some of the more interesting products that we do in Jamaica, or if you want to do some investments in Jamaica, come and talk to us, because we are open for business, and we have been actually doing business even throughout the pandemic. While we actually did close the borders to people, we were actually sending out products nonetheless. So we're still here. Our offices are in Midtown. If you want, I have cards, and Shane, the regional manager, who is here as well, and we are ready to talk to you if and whenever you want to hear more about what it is that we have to offer. All right, so thank you again, and have a good one.
Thank you, Christopher and Shane. anything to add, or we'll do some shots later? At this point in time, I'd like to thank our sponsors for the day here. A very good group of people, Commonwealth Land and Title, Zoe, and would you like to stand up and introduce yourself, and Evangeline? Okay, Zoe's going to say a few words.
Hi everyone, my name is Zoe Velasquez. I'm Chief Underwriting Counsel at Commonwealth Land Title Insurance Company, and I'm here with my colleague and sister Evangeline Velasquez, who's in the sales department. We were here sitting talking with Talak, and we were saying that there are some things you have to buy in life. You don't need a TV, you don't need a phone, but you need rice and you need title insurance. So when you're buying property or when you refinance, you have to buy title insurance. And so if you're in that boat, just remember us, Commonwealth. We're here to serve the real estate community and to answer any questions you may have. So thank you. Thanks.
I couldn't have said that better myself. And that's what we're talking about here. International, bringing the world together and doing it so it helps bilaterally. Both countries, both sides. And that's why we're here, the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. We have our intern, Fernando, are you here? From Berkeley, our international intern. He's studying international economics. As you may know, we have a staff, and half our staff has taken international public affairs, and our members export. And again, you're a counselor. I'm also a counselor, Mark Jaffe, Esquire, and we have 70 attorneys to help anybody. And one of the things we've done recently was our PPP loans, which is helping to keep New York City open. We're helping restaurants with their outdoor seating, and starting on next week, on September 30th, we can go indoors.
Yeah.
Indoors, we'll have limited capacity, just like we have here, because it's important that we want to recognize science and that there's something happening here. It's not just a regular flu. So I want you all to think about a flu shot, and I want you all to, when you're too close to strangers, to wear your mask. It's important. So I'd like to now introduce our good friend from north of our border, Anik Trsde. We all drive cars, precious metals. In fact, why am I going to talk about your country? Why don't you come up here? Anik runs the Trade and Investment Department for the Ontario. She knows a lot about Canada, and she works with the Council General.
Hello everyone. Yes, I'm actually French-Canadian from Quebec, so I'm a trader because I work for Ontario. So what we do is we help companies expand and invest in Ontario, and we also do the opposite. We help out Ontario exporters who want to enter the U.S. market. And so we cover not only the New York state, but we cover the East Coast from Vermont to Pennsylvania. So if you're interested in expanding in Ontario, you can come see me, and we'll organize a little chat and a meeting with my team. So it's nice to meet you all, and thank you. You're a good host, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you, and I try, because the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, we help over 30,000 business and civic leaders. If you're not a member and you want to become a member tonight, we'll buy you dinner. Because after this presentation, we're going to sit down. If you want to, come on over here, and we're going to order some of Tudor City's finest. It says Steakhouse on the menu, and they have great fish, they have great food, and I hope you like their appetizers. So now we have a good friend, and we have some Polish employees too, and I believe my family has come over from Poland. I believe the Holocaust was real. I believe that our brethren, our labor departments, and we've talked about the labor movement in Poland. Poland has always been modeling and supporting our capitalism and family and good education. And we have here the new Consul General of Poland. Welcome to our city, welcome to our country. We serve 4-year terms here. Are you going to serve a 4-year term? So why don't you come up and tell us more about how New York's treating you so far. Adrian Kubicki, the new Consul General of Poland.
So the question is what's my idea of lasting here for the full term. First of all, I would like to say that despite the fact that the trade volume between Poland and US is probably not as significant as between, I don't know, US and Canada or maybe any other countries, we still are like a rum and coke, so to speak. Or maybe I should be more precise, vodka and Sprite, probably. We do, especially during this COVID time, we came up with the idea that Poland would like to become more significant part in your supply chains. Some of them have been broken, you look for alternatives. Poland can be that alternative in terms of many supplies, and you should consider Poland as a partner, a business partner. Myself, I'm coming from the business environment. I worked for the airline, for Lot Polish Airlines. My task was to connect people. That's something I would like to maintain on a different level, but my approach is business. So if you want to communicate, to get in touch in terms of how to make business with Poland, in Poland, together with Polish community, also in the United States, I'm here and I'll be happy to give you my contact details, and I hope we stay in touch. Thank you very much for having me. That's the first, the real event that I'm having actually since my appointment. Thank you.
But not the last. And we're going to do, they have a beautiful building right here in New York City. We've done events there, and we'll catch up and we'll do an event there. I believe right on 36th Street, right by the Morgan Museum.
Yep.
Beautiful building. And we wouldn't be America, as you know, down in our harbor. There's a lady that stands tall, and we welcome diversity. And we're so proud to be part of one of the first face-to-face events. And we hope, and God willing, that we will have more of these events. And we'll come up with a herd immunity, and we'll come up with a something that will an inoculation and things that will let us go back to the way it was, because we all miss it.
Oh, yes.
You are some of the leaders here coming out in the face of a pandemic to meet face to face. Normally we give you cards. Normally it's packed, but we limited the attendance. And should we do more of these? Let's hear a little. So listen, I have one of my bosses here, Arthur Rosenfield. He's on our board of directors. He's a good friend of, I don't know, I shouldn't get, but he works with Red Apple Group, run by John Castamatidis, and he's here today with his National Realty Club. John and a lot of people here as guests buy a lot of realty. So would you like to say a few words?
I would. Thank you, Mark. I really wanted to come up here just to commend Mark, because first of all, we should know that this is the United Nations General Assembly Day, September 22nd, 2020, and Mark was smart enough to arrange this so that everybody could come together to celebrate trade. He's a visionary, and he has done an amazing job, not only with local business people and small business, but also with international business. The way he's organized and created opportunities for other countries to create trade relationships here is just remarkable. So my name is Arthur Rosenfield. I have a lot of hats, one of which is the new president of and CEO of the National Realty Club, which was founded in 1947 by Harry Helmsley, a very prominent man. And we have a few members of the club back there. I see Ruth Katz over here, and Adria Lou is sitting over there. But we have a lot of things going on to create a new revitalization for New York City under something that we call a path forward. A lot of things have to change in New York to create safety. Mark is a partner with me, and I'm a partner with him in creating new messages and policies so we can go to the people who are making policies. We need to have a stronger New York City. We need to have safety. We need to have the city of New York government and the state of New York government wake up in the morning and say, we want to do everything we can to help business today. That's so important. So you wonder why I'm so business oriented, because I founded a Chamber of Commerce in Long Island City. You can look across the river and you can see some of the results of the work that I did. Mark and I have known each other for 30 years. He's a great guy, and he has enormous vision. I compliment him for bringing everybody together. And we shouldn't not mention Helena's work, because she's working very hard every single day to make this organization work. So, Mark, I commend you. You're a great guy, a great visionary, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. And as long as you're here, I think we have some partnership plaques for our four dignitaries. You want to help hand them out?
Sure.
Okay. So, where the heck are they? Partnership in the bag? Yeah, they're right there. So you all met, I introduced Fernando, our International Affairs intern from Berkeley College, one of our community partners. And by the way, Berkeley, and I know Ralph had to run out, but Berkeley has a whole veterans school helping veterans. So not only are we suiting them up, we have a higher institution of learning that is supporting them. And we are opening more space in our landmark building to train veterans on the 5 pillars of success, which, should I give you a little test what they are, besides family, support, education, jobs? So listen, right here, I wanted to acknowledge first our good friend. We'll go from the back of the room, Anik Dufresne from Ontario. Come on up. We want to give you this.
Wow.
And I think
thank you.
Fernando's got a nice picture here. Arthur.
If we just stand right over here,
Okay.
right in front of that camera, it'll do it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Nice.
And I'd like to. Can you hear me back there? Do I need this? So you can hear me better now, right? So I'd also like to invite up our Consul General, our new Consul General, Adrian Kubicki from Poland. We want you to hang this in your office, and we will do that event in your beautiful building on 36th Street.
By Mark, please. So just so the camera can get you.
37.
It takes a village. Gloria Kressler from Black Tie International Magazine, stand up. I've known Gloria for, I don't want to tell you how long I've known Gloria. Okay, let's move to this side of the room. Christopher and Shane, come up. And we've got to do a shot later. We have so many good things to say about precious metals, minerals, fuels. So many good things, coffee, and partnership. No, I was acknowledging you.
Okay, good. Got my mask for them to look for it.
Okay, let's look at Fernando and get a shot.
So we have 2 plaques.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I gotta get them wrong. Side view of that one. Okay. All right, thank
you. And last but not least, we have our trade and investment counselor, Talib Mahood from Pakistan.
Ooh, we need another one, but okay, let's get another one. The runway. Sorry.
Oh wait, got it?
Perfect.
Wait. I'm gonna do one more.
One more.
One more.
Say cheese. Mac and cheese.
Here.
Thank you.
You have the envelope?
Yeah, the envelope, sure.
Thank you.
And last but not least, I want to thank our sponsors again from Commonwealth Land Title. And come on up for a photo op. We have an extra one?
We do?
Yeah. I know you have one of these hanging on your wall because you're big time members. lawyers, bankers, and land title.
Where are you walking?
Right here.
Perfect.
You should have, wait, you should have one too. Both of
No,
you.
don't worry.
One company.
We're humble. We share it.
So listen, I think, do we want to do any Q&A? Anybody have any questions about international trade? Thinking about getting involved in international trade? If you don't want to talk today, tonight, we have a simple number to remember, 212-CHAMBER. That's 242-6237. info@chamber.nyc. I think certificates, is that what we use, Fernando? So if you need something that you think that you can sell any place in the world, send an email to certificates@chamber.nyc, and we'll have a trade expert find out and shop it for you. How's that? So listen, I think that's the end of our formal program. I wanted to thank Shia. Shia is one of our I think, Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
Financial. A great asset to the chamber. A member of some of the Notre Dame Club, but they don't have one in New York City yet.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I got you into